This will be a video response for new styles. I didn't forget about you. I've just been kind of busy. I've been trying to answer everyone else's questions, so I'll go ahead and respond to your question right now on language output. Okay, I'll read your question. Okay, let's see. Hey, how's it going, Moses? The output video you recently added was very helpful. You know, I replayed your video in Georgian, and this time I noticed the 3 weeks of study note on the description. You mentioned in the past that Georgian is a very difficult language to learn, so I'm curious about output techniques that really helped. That really help when studying a new language. Given the fact that Georgian is tough and you were still able to produce video after only 3 weeks of study showing your knowledge of the language by way of output, would you kindly explain your method of output, the formulation of sentences, mixing vocabulary, etc.? Thank you for all the help and inspiration you give. Okay, Philip. So I mentioned in the other videos I made way back, I explained to people how I go about when I first start learning a language. There are certain things I learn first, just things that make sense, things that anyone should learn, everyone should learn at the beginning of learning a language. I learn that stuff, and then I use it. Everything I learn, I try to use it right away as much as I can, so it can stick. Okay, we all have to do that. So whenever I learn something, I want to use it as much as I can. So I use the chat for output. I use chat rooms, and I go find people in real life to practice with. I'll use one of my languages, for example, Hindi. I remember there was a store, it was a gas station, and there were some Indian people working there, and what I would do was go there like after a week of practice and studying on the input. Spend a whole week doing input, learning everything I need to learn, and then I'll go practice. Not I'll go to the chat rooms, but after that I will go to like that store. Perhaps I'll go like on a weekend, like Sunday or Saturday, and try to practice the stuff I'm learning, in that week with the native speakers face to face. So I do that over and over and over again. It's the same stuff, and then like that's why. Well, with Georgian it was a bit different. I couldn't find any native speakers, but I had a place where I could practice online. It was okay, but I mean it was an okay chat room. It was better than nothing, but it wasn't the best chat room. I wish I could have had a better place to practice and better resources. I didn't really have good resources for Georgian, so it was very very painful to learn that language. And the stuff I've learned, I put a lot of hard work into it. Despite the video being, it's a basic video, nothing deep. I learned a lot. I know how to read Georgian, and I know how to introduce myself, tell people my reason for learning language, and my age, all that basic stuff. I know how to do all that. That's basically what the video was. It was just a basic introductory video, and that it was even hard for me to do that stuff because I didn't have good enough resources to do that, and a lot of stuff was yeah. And with Georgian, I just learned all that stuff I need to learn, and I went to the chat room and used that stuff, and then like at the third week, I just took all that stuff I learned and just made a video. That's pretty much what I did. The stuff I learned, I use all that stuff and I just make a video, just like going to a chat room. It's the same thing as going to a chat room. I do the same thing, but this time it's on a video. So I do that with all my languages. So that's all I do for output. I just go to the chat rooms and I go to I'll go to like a corner store or one of these gas stations where Indian people, wherever they from, I find these type of people to practice with, and it helps. That's important for output. You have to keep doing that. You have to keep doing that. Formulation of sentences. I talked about this before on how making my own exercises is pretty much the same. I make my own exercises and I test and just to make sure certain sentences make sense when I try to put them together. And that's the good thing about the chat room because you can go try it on someone and then ask them if it makes sense. Like you'll say, once you use a sentence, ask them if it makes sense and if they can correct it for you. And they may say it's okay, and they may correct it. If they correct it, you just write down the correct way. And you'll learn from that. So I did that a lot too. So Yeah, I don't know what else. I don't know much. Let me see. Threes. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did for Georgian and all my other languages. I do this. I use the same methodology and it works. I just a lot of hard work and a lot of repetition and practice, finding people to practice with. That's all that's all I basically do. So yeah, I hope that helped you. I'm not sure. Let me know what are you how are you going about formulating your sentences. I'm interested to know how you're going about doing this your way. So I hope this helped you out, and yeah, I look forward to your comments, and I'll yeah, I have to ask you something. I'll send you personally, but yeah, I look forward to the comments, and yeah, thanks for viewing the video.